Today we're going to learn how to find the determinant and the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. We are going to use determinants and inverses in order to help us solve systems of equations using matrices. So if we look at this formula that I wrote out for you right here, it says if I wanted to find the determinant of matrix A, which would be signified by these straight lines here, I do A times D minus B times C. So if I look at example number 1, 3 would be A, 4 would be B, 2 would be C, 5 would be D. So I'm going to do AD, so 3 times 5 minus B times C, or 4 times 2. So that would give me 15 minus 8, which would give me 7. Now on your own, practice finding the determinant of 2, 3, 4, and 5. When you have found the determinant of 2, 3, 4, and 5, play the video and check your answers. Okay, now check your answers for 2 through 5. So the reason we find the determinant is because the determinant helps us find the inverse of a matrix, which is what we're going to do next. To find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, we're going to use this formula that I'm boxing right here in purple. So to find the inverse, that's what the -1 power means. So the A inverse, or the inverse of this matrix A, I'm going to do 1 over this AD minus BC. Now, if you remember from above, AD minus BC, that's the determinant. So 1 over the determinant times, you're going to flip your A and your D, and then make your B and C negative. All right, let's give this a try for this example. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the determinant. Well, the determinant would be 4 times 6 minus 7 times 2. So my determinant would be 10. So 1 over 10 times, well, I'm going to flip my A and my D. So my 6 and my 4 are going to flip. And my 7 and my 2 are going to become negative. Now I'm going to multiply through by the 1/10. So I'm going to have 6/10, -2/10, 7/10, and 4/10. Now 3 out of 4 of these fractions can be simplified, so I will simplify each of those fractions. Now try 6, 7, and 8 and find the inverse of those matrices. When you are done, play the video to check your answers. Okay, now check your answers. Notice in number 7, our determinant was 0. If we get a determinant of 0, that means there is no inverse or no possible inverse for that matrix. Okay, now we're going to learn how to find the determinant of a matrix on the calculator. So first we have to enter the matrix into the calculator. And you're going to do that by pushing second and then the x to the -1 power, which if you notice above that key it says matrix, and you'll see the menu in picture 1. Then you're going to move over to the edit option so you can edit matrix A. When you're editing matrix A, then you will enter in the matrix that we have in number 1, as you see in picture 3. After you enter the matrix in, you will then quit in order to re-enter the menu as seen in picture 4. In picture 4, you will do second and then x to the -1 again, and then move over to select the math option, and we're going to use option number 1, which says DET, which is short for determinant. Once you select option 1, you will then return to the matrix menu by doing second x to the -1 and select matrix A and then push enter, as seen in picture 5. And that will tell you the matrix, or tell you the determinant of matrix A. So for number 1, we can say that the determinant equals -12. Now, I want you to try to follow these steps on your own graphing calculator and find the determinant for matrix 2 and 3. Okay, now check your answer for numbers 2 and 3. Now, when you are given a 2 by 2 matrix, you will be expected to find the determinant by hand. When given a 3 by 3 matrix, you will be allowed to use your graphing calculator. Now we're going to do inverses on the calculator. So I've wrote out the steps for you here. So first, you're going to go back to second x to the -1, which will put you into the matrix menu. You're then going to edit matrix A again and enter the matrix we see in number 4, which is B. Then you're going to quit again. Once you quit, you will select matrix A by going back into the matrix menu, and you'll make it so A is to the -1 power. To get the -1 power, use the same button that you used to get into the matrix menu, that x to the -1 button. Once you originally get your inverse, most of the time you will get a lot of decimals. In this case, the decimals came out to nicer looking decimals. If they are not this nice, we can always use our math and fraction option, and it'll turn each of the numbers into nice fractions, which are much easier to write in matrix form. So our inverse for number 4, as you can see, is listed on the calculator screen in the bottom right-hand corner. Now try this for question number 5. Pause the video and then check your answers. The answer for question 5 is listed above in blue. So check your answer and then you are done.